Both Texas Tech and Iowa State have hit the halfway point of the Big 12 Conference season. Tech just one game out of first place. Iowa State, coming off two much-needed wins, are back in the hunt. And tonight from Lubbock, it's number 21 Texas Tech taking on number 24, the Iowa State Cyclones.
Keeping Texas Tech off the line. This game very well could come down to the charity stripe.
That's exactly what Williams does. She has a little bit of a hesitation, takes it strong to the hole. She averages.
And then coming down and being able to operate in the half court, that's what makes that important. When you're able to finish plays with rebounds and get stops, leads to high percentage Audi Crooks points in the paint of Texas Tech. Really trying to pressure out on the perimeter, keeping Jada Williams uncomfortable, not allowing those easy looks into the paint. As you see just that overhead lob and Heba Nunez coming over. As we take another look at this play here from Audi Crooks. And again, Jada Williams is really good, especially in that right wing, at throwing that post. And you've got to be able to make adjustments. You know, sometimes coaches go into games really just determined to stick to one specific game plan. And that is a much-needed three there from Danae Fritz.
Bill Fenley said, coming off a good week, the kids handled the style of play twice, and they relaxed. Nice pass inside. That's big for Jalen Bristow. The last three games, she only took
from Malone and Bristow down on the block. It was actually a really difficult angle to throw that pass. As you see, bodies flying on the floor. I'm loving the hustle plays. Audi Crooks one-on-one in the paint to that left shoulder, and the and one. You take a look at that left hook. That's what Krista Gerlich is complaining about. When Audi.
But you mentioned that during the open that Collins could hit those threes.
What a headsy play there by Jada Williams. That is just a change of direction.
First quarter so far here in Lubbock, and the Cyclones lead the Lady Raiders by 5.
And Jada Williams, just a little bit of hesitation, change of speed, able to attack the rim. We talk about Jada Williams in so many ways of her ability to score. As Danae Fritz, another three. Very interesting stat. Iowa State averages 1.25, as Audi Crooks right there back in the paint, averages 1.25 points per possession. When Addie Brown has been out, is averaging only 19 points per game. So again, that is speaking to the types of percentages of shots that Audi Crooks is getting. But I would argue right now she is cooking in the paint, you guys.
Audi Crooks, she's got 11 of Iowa State's 17 points, and the majority of those points coming in the paint. But she's gotten it a lot deeper since so far tonight. Beatty inside.
Well, and that's kind of this notion, right, of playing the analytics. Listen, Audi Crooks is going to get her points, okay? She's going to give you 30. That's how good she is. We're going to try to go one-on-one and make her as uncomfortable as we possibly can. What we can't give up, if you're Texas Tech, is allow other players to go out and have career nights. Let Crooks be the one to beat you and then come down and do that on the offensive end, because Tech does have so many weapons offensively.
And there is Snutta Collins getting the three-pointer. Last three games, she's averaged 19 points a game, and it's hit 73% from three. Sarah Sanogo with a rejection. That is her 29th of the year.
Now, Texas Tech reminding everybody why they are 11th in the country in blocks per game, right around just under 6. Great timing on this shot.
Krista Gerlich says there's no vaccination. You got to dig deep when you hit adversity. Here's Fritz inside off the glass, having her second best points per game in her career this season. Again, also played at Iowa State. Tough pull-up, nice job, Jada Williams.
Jada Williams up to 6 points in this game. Again, multi-level scorer, Big 12 Player of the Week. First Player of the Week honor of her career.
I like how Bill Fenley says, I challenge Jada, and Jada challenges me. Inside, count the basket, and a foul.
And this is something to pay attention to right now if you're Iowa State. And I talked about it in the keys. The area that they've struggled with at times is fouling shooters. And Bill Fenley, I remember in shoot-around today, literally goes, I can guarantee you I will put dinner on it.
Tech has hit their last 4 shots to cut the lead down to 3. The lead was 9. Crooks, no.
And Audi Crooks is certainly counted, but you see Sanogo doing just enough to make her uncomfortable, gets her own rebound.
Sydney Love playing without the sunglasses. She's finally about 100% healthy, had those headaches. Had to wear sunglasses. Williams, beautiful drive.
Unbelievably tough posed possession there. Poised possession by Jada Williams. I mean, just to be able to run down that clock and get off that type of shot at the buzzer. I would say Iowa State able to dictate exactly what they wanted to do offensively in that first quarter. They've got a nice lead.
Well, they like that. Having Audi Crooks put the ball on the floor about 14 feet out. Uses that left arm to try to get room on Sonogo. Tough fall away. That is a pretty shot by Audi Crooks. He has scored in a Big 12 game. Here's Audi Crooks again.
Well, and it's so good sometimes as a...
Reagan Wilson in the lineup for Iowa State. On the drive, Beatty. That is pretty for the freshman.
Emphasis on guarding the three-point line, but you got to wonder, Iowa State shooting close to 70%, you know, close to 12 minutes into this game. Audi Crooks just, that last possession down, they were putting basically one behind, and Jalen and then Snetta Collins right over there, really sagging off of Polk. Iowa State going to sit in that zone on underneath, out of bounds, understanding that as a scouting report type of play. Good extra pass there by Danae Fritz.
Malone out front. Crooks comes out to meet her. Here's Love. Stops off the glass, and she gets the roll. Here's Love. Lead cut down to 10. Tech has a lot of scores on this team, and Love is one of them.
Throughout the course of this game, again, just trying to keep Texas Tech uncomfortable. Great save there. Audi Crooks able to run it down, and that is a turnover there for Texas Tech. They've really made that adjustment, sinking down deeper onto Audi Crooks. They don't have the manpower right now with the foul trouble to go man-to-man, one-on-one with Crooks. Texas Tech wants Audi Crooks operating in around 18, 19 feet. I'm okay with that shot, and Bailey Maupin looking to continue to be aggressive. The and one opportunity many times. I really do believe she is one of the toughest players in the Big 12, and honestly, one of the toughest players in the country. Showing a lot of veteran poise right now in the midst of this adversity. Krista Gerlich-Chap. Ball screen standpoint.
Crooks. She got on the left side of Sonogo, and the pass was on point from Jada Williams.
And there's a direct correlation of Iowa State has not been able to operate in the half court a ton in this quarter, but you can see in that exact possession being able to, but what a big response there from Love.
Honorable mention, all Big 12 last year. Crooks way out front. They don't mind her out there. The three on the way, buried.
Jackson, AJ's got two. Has definitely been the storyline of this game, is how his Texas Tech managed going toe-to-toe with Crooks in foul trouble.
Second three of the third. They know she needs to get going shooting the basketball. Love, as you mentioned, what a game she has coming off the bench. She's got a dozen.
Sydney Love has been fantastic in this game. It really, you get the sense that whenever Texas Tech needs a bucket, she's been able to go get it. And Krista Gerlich said this is exactly the reason why.
Her 12 points ties her season high here at Tech.
So we talk about the poise and the veteran aspect. Bailey Maupin, Danae Fritz, players like that really showing poise. I would say in that second quarter, which was a ton of adversity with those foul calls.
Williams on the drive and got it.
Gives her. And there's a lot of people who, you know, headed into this year talked about how Jada Williams, okay, you know, make her shoot, make her shoot.
Coach is saying when she slows down and gets her feet set, can't stop her. Sonogo with a rejection. Her second. Crooks. Count the basket and a foul.
That is so tough, but Crooks was so good with three people around her, getting her shot back not once, but twice, and continuing to just stick with it and finishing around the paint.
Here is Fritz. She's got 8. Iowa State on a 6-0 run over the last 30 seconds. Collins tries to stop it and does.
Man, Collins has been so good.
She's always wanted to be a coach. Fritz loses the handle. Right into the hands of Kenzie Hare, the redshirt junior out of Illinois. Impressive the way Iowa State's come out here in the third, and they knock it down.
They average 23 attempts a game. They've only attempted 9, and that just, again, speaks to how impactful and efficient they've been in the paint as Jada Malone defensive possessions with rebounds and being able to come down and operate in the half court, continue to be aggressive, force these refs to blow their whistle. Bailey Maupin, and so finding Bristow here later in this game and getting her going. I agree completely.
Malone with 3 fouls. Crooks just backs her way in, and Audi Crooks, she has 27.
If she's going to operate on the block, it's a point every single time. And so you see Malone working really hard to try and eliminate, but that is tough.
Nice job, offensive rebound and the putback.
And she's going to get 30. We can't let other people beat us right now. Audi Crooks, 27 points. We still got 10 minutes to go in this game.
Over 2,000 career points.
How many opportunities has Texas Tech missed right at the rim as well? There's been a couple of those easy layups you've got to convert in a game like this.
You know, you talk about Audi Crooks. Watch the footwork in her hands. Great footwork, great hands.
People to pay attention to how monumental it is. Addie Brown not being out there on the court for Iowa State has been so monumental. And during that 5-game losing streak, knocking down a perimeter shot, a post-entry pass. And I think that's what this Cyclo team is going to have to start figuring out over this next stretch. And we're seeing it here tonight.
Love off the glass, count the basket. And that's their bread and butter. Their defense leads to their offense. Sydney Harris off balance, that's pretty. She goes to double figures with 10.
High stakes game. Right now, every game in any conference is a high stakes game, especially late in January, early February.
Beatty launches the 3, and Iowa State knocks down their 6th three-pointer of the ball game.
Both, offensively and defensively. It's easy to guard when you've got some of your best offensive players at times not able to play and find a rhythm. And Texas Tech averages about 18 fouls per game. They're at 21. And the way she's elevated her play when this team has needed it most, with Addie Brown going down, has been incredibly impressive. We talk about her assist numbers. The Cyclones' way, 10-0 run over the last minute 45.
Well, Sydney Harris started her career Central Michigan, spent some time at TCU. Collins answers with the 3. She's got 14 in the ball game.
I've called every single one of these Texas Tech games at home. I've seen what they do to you in the full court. They've handled that pressure tremendously.
Emma Nunez.
Critical next couple of possessions for Iowa State to be able to close this out.
16 rebounds, by the way, the season high for Audi Crooks. She's got a dozen tonight.
You can't let a lot of time tick off. You've got to get a quick shot right there to Jalen Bristow in the short corner. Iowa State wanted a little bit of a push off.
Who they almost had to lock her out of the practice gym at times. Love outside, no. Collins, offensive rebound and the putback.
Made for TV here during this stretch of games, the last few games. 44 points and then coming off sick. Is that going to be counted as an assist?
Iowa State will go to 17-5 on the season, even their Big 12 record at 5-5, even their away record at 3-3. And Texas Tech, they're going to fall to 20-3, 7-3 in conference play, and only their 2nd home loss.